Hey guys,
A daredevil from piloted a bizarre
how's it going?
aircraft. It was feared.
Hope everyone's had a good
and
week.
because of its shape, called Einhander.
Einhander. German for one-handed. Yeah, this is a PS1 game. Shooter made by Squaresoft. It's a little unusual back when they were doing all sorts of cool experiments on the PS1. Bushido Blade, Air Guys, Einhander. So, should be pretty sweet. Pretty much a blind play. Tested it out yesterday just to make sure it was gonna work. And it did, so yeah. Hey Mouse, hey Troop. Well, 1 minute late, was I? Alright. Tried this month or so back, got my ass kicked, filtered. Super stylish though. Let's see how I do. Mine Estrella. Go to Mark III. Dual machine guns. Hey Spoon. Let's do this. Got that Parasite Eve synth. That opera. Right away. Anybody else played this? Well, good thing I'm always on time then, right? Yes, this game does look really sick. Playing on deck. Nope, playing on real hardware. Just got the ISO loaded through X-Station. Yeah, definitely a very cool vibe here. Square Enix, what are you doing sitting on this franchise? Give us some more games like this. Difficulty isn't too crazy. I think I was playing it with Nintendo yesterday when we made it to like, stage 2 or 3. But that was the first time I've ever played it. It was mostly him playing while I was drinking my protein shake, hanging back, chilling. But yeah, so I've only seen a little bit of it, but it does seem really cool. That late 90s PS1 cyberpunk aesthetic. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, that works. Cool. Oh, it doesn't have DualShock support though. That would be really nice if I could use the sticks. But yeah, that speed thing, that's helpful. Thank you. Not sure why you wouldn't play full speed though. Yeah, look at this. This is fantastic. This is, I think, a really good example of making the most out of the hardware you've got here. You know, obviously, a game like this, you definitely want 60 FPS. But, you know, given the PS1's limited polygon count, it's like, just keep, like, nice color selection. Just clean, simple aesthetics. Looks really good. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. This sounds a lot like the track from Mortal Kombat. Also, I dig the use of... It's still like your standard, you know, 2D plane for the shooter, but getting these kind of more dynamic camera angles is a pretty cool touch. Yeah, this is like very 90s sound. The orchestra stinks, which yeah, I always think of Mortal Kombat. Oh yeah. First stage.
Received telegram from Conduct Satellite Hyperion.
Yeah, very cool atmosphere.
The armored trains were discovered leaving the city on
No
their way to the
deaths.
east.
Let's see if we can make it a deathless playthrough. It's not gonna happen, but we'll see. Trials. Never played that. Is that like a dirt bike game? Also, check out the little detail there on the exhaust smoke in the back of my ship. You guys can see it with the YouTube compression, but there's like a little bit of nice variation back there. Yeah, right. A 360 era, the downloadable games is a really cool time. Chance for smaller developers to get themselves out there. This is the nice, it's the kind of game you want to play after a long, stressful day. Not that my day was too stressful, just very, very busy. Started very early, and just stopped as a few minutes ago. Doing some incredibly tedious video editing. Not for a YouTube channel, unfortunately, but for a big project I've been working on. But, I'm wrapping up the script for my Elden Ring video, so I'll be working on that pretty soon. And like it usually happens, the scope of it has expanded a bit beyond what I was originally planning. A little bit of frame rate drip here. There's a lot going on. Yeah, the scope's gotten a little bigger, but it's all good. So I'll be working on that for the next, week or two. But I think I might put out a shorter video in the meantime too. I've got a bunch of ideas lately of things that I've wanted to touch on, different kinds of topics. Yeah, I did read that Matthew Matos's post. The last time I saw anything to do with his game there was like really early, basically like physics tests and whatnot. So it's cool to see that project take more of a concrete shape. The transparency of like we want to make this a thing, but you know, we'll see what happens too. I think that's a pretty cool way to go about it. Oh, first death right there. I feel like that was, yeah, that was like the checkpoint too. It's okay. Ninja Game has gotten some progress too. A little bit. It's like, I've been very busy, but I have not abandoned that. Okay, that's how you switch that. Switch the gun position. Definitely a big fan of the late 90s drum and bass. Really big in the scene at the time, and by extension, tons of games were getting these kinds of soundtracks too. You know, PS1 and 64 era. This guy, oh man. This guy here, this tank. How do I not abandon stuff? Tough question. Whoop. Let me take this tank out first. I'll try and answer that. Okay. Tough tank. Yeah, this is hard. There we go. Oh, well, that's not all. It's just like Ninja Gaiden. Thought you only had to deal with one tank? It's the junior tank. Ooh. Oh! That's close. How many tanks these guys got? Several. Yeah, starting to get the feeling this is going to be a very, very tough to chat and play type game. Yeah, this is a big difficulty spike right here. Hold on, let me turn the brightness up on my monitor here. That will help. This is very dim. There we go. And to answer your question, I think for me it's making regular work on projects a part of your daily routine. And if not daily, then at least weekly, just having some kind of like schedule. I like to call it mandatory creative time, which is kind of like an oxymoron, it feels like, but honestly, it really works for me, and some other folks I know do similar things. Kind of like having delegated time in your day, your week, when you're supposed to be working on your projects can be helpful. And if you're feeling uninspired too, for me, revisiting the things that got me excited about the project in the first place, like the inspirations or whatever it was that gave me the idea initially, revisiting that can be helpful. So I don't have the Vulcan cannon here, so whoa! Tougher. Square's output. Yeah, it was very varied. Nowadays, it just seems like it's Final Fantasy spin-offs, rhythm games, cell phone gacha type games. Speaking of gacha, yeah, schedule's crucial for me. I'm self-employed, so it's very, very important for me to do that kind of thing. Yeah, these tanks are brutal. Corners seem like safe spots, generally. I'm wondering if the game is going to be all this hard from now on, or if it's just this boss is like a big spike. You know what I'd really love to see though is another Bushido blade. It seems like such a underfed niche, realistic fighting game with weapons like that. It's a really, really cool concept. And I have Bushido Blade, 1 and 2, and I enjoy them, but playing like a modern version of that would be really nice. Half decent frame rate. Is that it for the tanks? I don't want to jinx it, but... It's like the Front Mission mechs coming out now. Front Mission, that's another series that I think they've pretty much abandoned, right? No more of those. Just 100 identical Final Fantasy games coming out every year. That's Strangers of Paradise, Stranger in Paradise, whatever that newest one is, with like the really funny edgelord main character. Supposedly the Western marketing for that now, they're like trying to... It's almost like a Tommy Wiseau situation where like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be really cheesy and corny. It's a comedy. It's supposed to have a B-movie vibe. I don't buy that at all. It's like, yeah, because like your last decade of games haven't been almost exactly like this. You know what I mean? Incredibly serious characters wearing ridiculous outfits. The finest melodrama. cool. Ooh. Look at this guy. That Mortal Kombat music's back. The rest of the soundtrack still sounds pretty fresh. This is the one that kind of dates a little bit. It's fun, don't get me wrong, I like it, but... Whoa! This game's getting crazy. It's like you're not allowed to make a shooter that isn't hard. It's just you get arrested in Japan if you do it. They come to your office, you close it down. I'm gonna check out Radiant Silvergun again on the Saturn. That was a really sweet game. I really didn't play too many shooters when I was younger. It's really only something I've started to get into in the last few years. This is getting nuts. Oh my god. Oh! The frame rate dip! It's the only thing that saved me. Holy cow. Is that it? Yes, the boss designs are very nice. Whew, man. Sweaty hands now. It's that type of fight.
Artificial satellite space is monitored ahead. Based on high energy reaction, it is assumed to be an
Cool.
enemy supply base.
Say, the shooter thing, I gotta hand it to,
Closed down. The way out is cut off.
I liked challenging games before, but Demon Souls was a big changing point for me as far as gaming, because I mentioned it before, like, I was, as far as, like, new stuff coming out at that time, I was like, maybe I don't like video games anymore, at least new ones. And I played that, and I was like, okay, I love this, eventually. And then the difficulty where it's like, stick with it, and that feeling of reward when you, like, get good, you know, and conquer or whatever. That was something, yeah, even though I had been, you know, playing games at that point for, like, you know, 15, 20 years or whatever it was. It was like a new level of, like, you know what, you can go this far. You know what I mean? You are capable of it. And it's just the not the risk reward, just the rewarding nature of that gameplay kind of changed the way I approached a lot of like hard games, you know what I mean? Instead of like just trying to face tank everything or, you know, give up or whatever. Hard to articulate while I'm focusing on this, sorry. I guess what it came down to is just like a greater willingness to try and beat the harder games, you know, instead of just like giving up right away. Six, 7 shots. Oh, thanks, Drew. Soundtrack has definitely been very cool. Oh, okay. Whew. Yep, we're starting to do that kind of thing. don't know if I'm... Whoa! Actually doing damage to this guy or not. Okay. Guess so. This game is challenging. No doubt about that. Almost has like the Contra vibe, like the constant bosses, similar to maybe like Hardcore, Contra Hardcore on the Genesis. Definitely nice to be playing something like this. With proper gameplay though, over Metal Gear. I needed something like this after MGS4. Oh my god, this is... challenging. Oh, man. Trapped. This wasn't paying close enough attention there. Using it too like a regular gun. Yeah, I like that too. Oh, man. Just thinking, I assume with Squaresoft like it wasn't gonna be so crazy, but playing a game like this relatively blind on a stream, a little bit of a risky maneuver. But if I don't make it past this guy, it'll still have been worth it. Yeah, expect to see quite a few mecha theme type things the next few weeks here. I think those platforms on the floor and ceiling, I think those are just for pickups. Or are those health for this guy? Like that's part of the boss too. Oh man, I still like I've a little bit of it on screen. Definitely a cool game, for sure. Hard, but pretty fair, you know. This is a pot of coffee, can of Red Bull type game. Okay. Oh, man. Try sitting a little further back from the monitor here. collision with those things can kill you. You wouldn't. That trail effect is pretty sweet on the lights. On this thing. Saw that in some PS1 titles. I think Gray Fox's Eye and GS1. This is a really dynamic boss too. Like he's got lots of different moves. And not a ton of consistency in how he's using them. Even the timing between those lasers has a lot of variation in it. Yes. Unfocusing my... yeah, I know what you mean. So you have two different fire modes, well, the items you can pick up. One of them uses both your regular gun as well as your pickup, and one just uses the regular, in case you don't want to waste the ammo, I guess. So I tell you, like, the glowing pixels back there, you know, it's like very low resolution texture work, you know, obviously, compared to like something modern, but with a nice color palette and just creative use of, you know, like a luminance value basically for those pixels back there. Just a nice aesthetic. I think this game too probably is one of those 3D, those early 3D games that probably looks nicer in a lower resolution. You know, I think rendering this, you know, in DuckStation at like 1080 or something, it would start to look a little too smoothed out. The chunkiness of the low res kind of helps. Yes, okay. Okay, so you can shoot behind you with certain guns. Metal Gear Ray. Pretty forgiving with the continues, fortunately. Alright. The yo-yos. And bullet hells, I never know whether to look at myself, just the bigger picture. Yeah, I mean, this is usually like regarded as like the hardest game genre, right? Obviously this one isn't even that crazy, but when I think the most brutal games, I definitely think bullet hell shooters. But I'm impressed. I mean, all these bosses constantly with different movesets, really dynamic. You know what really changed everything? Was the loss of Sakaguchi in charge of Square. You know, it's all thanks to Final Fantasy The Spirits Within. That bombed, and then from then on, the policy was no more risks. No more risks, ever. Such a shame what happened to him. It's like booted out of the company that he completely transformed, you know? It sucks the movie didn't do well, and they lost a bunch of money, but maybe they shouldn't have invested that much in the first place. But those are the two eras of Square in my mind. Sakaguchi before and after. I know, hundreds of millions dollar risk. No, it's gonna be the best-selling movie ever. People are gonna absolutely love it. We're not gonna have real actors anymore. We're just gonna have CGI asset actors that can star in several features. No more risks, which means the risk mean. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. Big time. I mean, what's Sakaguchi doing now? He's like making like mobile games? Come on. This is a guy, the man, not single-handedly, but very, very important person in the history of JRPGs. You know, without him, there'd be no Final Fantasy. Which, even if that movie bombed, I mean, think of the millions of dollars the franchise has continued to make afterwards. Both on the new games, as well as, you know, reselling the older ones over and over and over again.
A top secret order. Security system broke down. Code 9234.
Boss repulse time.
Order the following operation.
I've failed.
Find the nuclear reactor in the enemy base and destroy it.
But really, that was it. I mean, I think that was the deal that led to Enix purchasing them, right? And them becoming Square Enix. And really, since then, it's been very, very different. The company's culture in general seems extremely different. Like, best in class, like, unanimously loved games. You know, fantastic reputation to what they are now. Still decently successful, but clearly not the same. Oh, starting to focus on the music, thinking about thinking about Square. It's like you had Squaresoft, and now you have Square Enix. Two pretty different things. Oh, man. Truly entering bullet hell mode now. Hedgehog. Speaking of other companies who aren't what they used to be. Like, what is Sega doing nowadays? Other than, I mean, I think they're owned by, is it Sammy who purchased them? They've got the Yakuza series. Those are really good. But another company that is just a shell of its former self. Alright, focus. Ooh. Sometimes it's a little hard to tell what's in the foreground and what's in the background. Like these yellow ships kind of moving back and forth here. That's a little hard to tell. As far as the gameplay goes, that would be my only criticism so far. This is a really cool track. City baseline. Oh my god. Sink it. Yeah, they publish cool stuff, but in-house development is definitely limited. Like I said, the only thing that comes to mind immediately is like Yakuza. Yeah, you want the ship on max thrust at all times. Trust me. It's the Germans. Oh, look at those water effects. Cool. This is a cool boss. I mean, they've all been cool, but I really like this one. Ooh, yeah, this is a really cool piece of music too. Ooh. Watch out for that tail. Oh, man. Bayonetta, yeah. It's Rage. I think those are both developed by... Like, Bayonetta is Clover, right? Schnell auf... Oh. Oh no. 9. Schnell auf den... Auftauchen. Nein, nein. Okay. Bit platinum, right. My bad. Alright, here we go. This is like first attempt, no problem. Every subsequent, filtered. Alright, watch the mines. Oh, it's the hedgehog. That's still gonna be good for this. Or not. I don't want to hear this guy anymore. Blade. Blade does some damage, huh? Oh boy. Vulcan's always reliable. Alright, here we go. Let me just activate my gamer mode here. Okay, watch out for the steam, I suppose. So we'll see how far I get, you know, in this first playthrough. But next time I stream this game, if I stream it again, I'll come back to it as an expert, and I'll smoke the entire thing. How's that? The bosses are very hard. Yeah, Alien Soldier, I gotta check that out. That's another one by Treasure, right? Yeah, everything I've ever played by them has been awesome. They definitely deserve that name. Push that claw back a little bit. Oh, that was very close. Oh no! No, 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 no. This is hard. This is very, very hard. No, not the hedgehog. That's really tricky to dodge too. I guess you want to be low when that pops so you have time to react. Because your odds of dodging it up in the air like that are very low, I think. Also, don't fly directly into him. That helps. Helps when you don't do that. Last continue. This is it. This is gonna be a shorter stream, by the way, than the usual ones. I've swiped, and I still have more work to do after this, so. But I'm hoping to really crank out my projects over the next few days. So by this Sunday, I want to do a proper like marathon type stream. It won't be Metal Gear Rising, but play like a ton of different games. You know, been a while since I've done one of those. Maybe not a ton of games, but you know, a selection. Alright, phase 2. Yeah, I miss them too. I have a similar feeling. Oh my god, did I do it? Yes. Oh yeah. These colors really look nice. The soundtrack is fantastic. I'm definitely going to be listening to this on its own for sure. Very cool. Thank God for the frame rate drop there. This weapon is, like, useless in this level here. Yeah, these are some really cool tracks. Great game. I wish I had played this sooner, honestly. Okay, that's a little brutal. One fighter left. Although I think that means 2, really. This is a 0 lives left type game. You know, if they made a sequel to this, the name, you already know what that's gonna be, right? This is Einhander. How perfect could that be? The long-awaited sequel to Zweihander. Beautiful. Is it called that because your ship has a additional hand to hold these gun pickups? So maybe you can hold 2 at a time in the sequel. Just spitballing here. I like the hum too. These like little ambient sections between the techno tracks. FromSoft fans, this is all reference. It's okay. Stop the enemy force, Giant Dad. Large Father. Oh my god. Police red, yeah, definitely. Something got me. 0 fighters left. Okay, here we go. I want the Vulcan. Yeah, this is a really cool backdrop. Great use of colors. Oh my god. I'm not sure if those pinkish things were actually doing damage. That was a little unclear.
There was a time in the era of great chaos when the Earth.
Anyway, that's Einhander. Excuse me, Einhander. Very cool game for sure.
Daredevil from piloted a bizarre aircraft.
I will definitely be revisiting this, and like I said, if I stream it again, it'll be at a time where I've mastered it, so we can just come back and smoke it. We called Einhander the revenge stream. But like I said, guys, yeah, shorter stream for me tonight. Some more stuff to do. And get that all done and do one of those mega streams on Sunday. And of course, still have the movie stream on Friday as well. And I'm thinking it's going to be something, at least stylistically, kind of similar to this. So we'll see. But thank you very much as always, guys. Hope everybody has a great night. And I will see you later.